sports fans, ASMR Sports here. Big day today, folks. It is PSA return day. And boy, I feel like it's been a freaking marathon to get these things back. You know, I waited pretty much a year for them to get graded. And then they were kind of sitting around at the third-party grading service that I used, PC Sports Cards, for probably like a week and a half without them really telling me what was going on. Turns out, there was some issue with the payment I made. Like they put the wrong amount or something in the system, and I paid the wrong amount. So it was like held up probably an extra week for that, which is pretty annoying. And anyway, so it finally got in the mail to me or to the FedEx, and then I was waiting all day for the delivery, but I had to go out for something, and of course I missed it. So today it's been like I've been on lockdown. Waiting. There's all the cards. So one of the reasons I've been so anxious to get this, you know, in addition just to generally being always excited to get a PSA order back, is I have not seen any of the grades on this stuff, even though they've been available. And adding to that sort of suspense is the fact that I totally forgot like what cards were even in this order. I did go and look quickly when the grades were made available. I sort of like held my hand up where the grades were, and just looked at the cards in it, and just sort of to remind me of like what the heck was in this order. And basically it seems to be like even baseball and just basketball. It's kind of like a bunch of random stuff. So here we go. Alright, this is pretty cool. I think I'd forgotten I even had one of these, but Jason Dominguez's stuff has been pretty hot. You know, he's had it pretty solid beginning to his minor league career down in it's like low A ball, I think he's in. And this is a really nice set, Sapphire Bowman Chrome, so it's got the first Bowman, you know, logo on it. And this is just a base card. All the cards in this set are blue, but Sapphire, of course, is always hot. A little bummed it didn't get a 10, but I can see now it's a little off center, left to right, so not a huge surprise, and a little bit off top to bottom, so 9's a perfectly fair grade for this. You can see the centering issues a little more clearly on the back, but still great. I don't really have any decent Jason Dominguez's that are not like in this order, so nice to have some of those back for a Yankee fan such as myself. Here's another from that same Sapphire set. Sam Huff, of course, he gets a 10. Ain't it always that way? Yeah, he was, I think, a semi-decent prospect out of this set. It's a first Bowman, so, you know, if he does anything, this will be a real nice card, especially since it's a 10. But, you know, 219th overall, round 7, is not, you know, obviously anywhere close to the value of Jason Dominguez. So, alright. This is kind of a fun one. Gavin Lux. Out of those Topps T206 boxes that I've got quite a few of. I thought, you know, most of the cards that came out of this product seemed like in really good shape and were really nicely centered, so not too surprised this got a 10. But yeah, Gavin Lux, I think he's doing pretty well this year, if I'm not mistaken. I know the Dodgers are in a heated battle with the Giants for that division. NL West. It's exciting stuff. And it seems, you know, both those teams will make the playoffs, of course, but one may have to do it via the wild card. That's a sweet cap roll back, which is a kind of a SP card, so, you know, if he does well, that's not a bad card to have there. I'll be paying close attention to the gem rate here with this order because, as I've talked about many times, it used to be send in an order, and if you went carefully through your cards, as I think there's a little piece of dust inside the case. If you went, carefully through your cards and really picked the best ones to send in, you were looking at like a 70 to 80% gem rate. I used to get on like modern cards, like a 95% gem rate, if I was really picky about what to send in. But that has, for most people, seems to have gotten much tougher. A lot of people are reporting, since PSA has kind of closed off most of its service levels, people are reporting like 25-35% gem rate. The last order I got from PSA, which was many months ago, 6-7 months ago, that was a 50% gem rate, and that's exactly what people were kind of reporting, was their gem rate at that time. So, curious to see what this order turns out to be. Okay, Sekou Dembaye. So, this is a guy that is kind of like off in Nowhereville right now, but he was hot for a minute, so I had a rookie, I sent it in. Not perfect left to right centering, but so as a PSA 9, this card's probably worth about like negative $5 right now. So this is kind of a bummer, but I think at one point I just decided to send like every 2018 Topps Update Soto in, because his stuff was so hot. I mean, like, raw cards were selling for $50, 9s were probably like $150, 10s were like almost $300. When this was sent in, obviously a lot has changed, but his stuff is heating up right now because he's having a really, a nice season despite some injuries, and people are getting pretty excited about him. But I think like the gem rate on this card is probably like, at least for my sending them in, I've probably sent in like 8 or 9 of these, and like probably almost all of them have gotten 10s except one. This will be another 9 that I got, but it's a nice card. I'm sure that this is one I didn't send in earlier because I maybe thought it had an issue. That issue with these 2019 or 18 Topps flagship cards is like, who the hell knows what the centering is? Like, you can look, that W is cut off, so maybe that should not have been cut off, and I just, I don't really have a gauge to figure out left-right centering unless I look at a bunch of these, which I didn't. I just sort of sent these in, and at one point I think they didn't even really care about centering. They just looked at corners and edges and surface. And that's how I think there got to be so many 10s. But that's a 9, but it's still a nice card. Obviously, he's a fantastic player. This next one I'm excited about. Look at that. These Bowman's Best Rookie cards, I have noticed, I've really been getting a lot of traction lately. The Otanis of these and like the Acuñas and Sotos of these are really spiking up in value, and this is a refractor, and it's a PSA 10, so that's an awesome card right there. Gosh, it wouldn't surprise me if this thing went for like $300. And I opened pretty much like almost entirely, or an entire 2 cases of this stuff. So I had so many of like just the base cards of the 2018 rookie class, Acuña, Soto, Otani, Glaber, all those guys. I still have all the Otanis from this, which you've seen if you've seen the videos that I did where I go through my Otani cards in the past few months. And actually, just the other day I was thinking, like, gosh, I wonder what I've done with my Soto Bowman's Best cards, and turns out it looks like they're in this order. So, super awesome to get a refractor that's a 10. Up next is a cousin of that card. Oh, actually, it's the exact same card. I thought this was a base. So, wow, we're killing it now, guys. Pardon the plumbing sounds there. Wow, so to get 2 of these is like huge. This is really cool. Excited about that. Alright, well, this card, Gavin Lux Auto, I think I pulled this on this channel, you know, it looked pretty clean, and so pretty much anything that's an auto I'll send in, because I think the PSA 9s are going to be more than your ungraded. And this entire order, I think I paid $12 a card to grade. I don't know if I paid upcharge fees, but I think I might have in a couple of cases. The third-party grading service that I used, or third-party submitter, I should say, like did not give me a breakdown of the. They basically just like, here, you know, here you with $1,300 or whatever it is for this order. This is 104 cards, and it was like 1,300 something, 60. But they don't tell you like what the you know, upgrade charges were, if there were any, and I think there might have been some just based on the number, because it's $12 a card. From when I sent these in, boy, those were the good old days, guys. But anyways, Gavin Lux, you know, he was the back when I sent these in, he was definitely the hot, you know, rookie from this class. But I tell you what, I've had zero luck getting 10s on Bowman stuff, chrome refractors and stuff. Although, here's an exception to that. Nice subset card. Spanning the globes. This is just a base card. All these cards are refractors, I believe, which is something that Bowman often does with subsets within their releases. Actually, I think this is technically an insert, not a subset. I always use those interchangeably, but a subset is like back when Topps used to put like all-star cards in their, you know, sets, and the numbering was within the, you know, the numbering for the main set, and these have their own numbering, so they're sort of like separate from the main set. Anyways, another cool Dominguez. I'm sure this is not worth much because these subsets tend to be worth 0, but as a 10, you know, I'll take it. Here's Luis Robert. Boy, I have very few Luis Robert cards from this. I bought a bunch of this 2020 Topps Series 2. Opened a little bit of it. Mostly I've sold a bunch of boxes on my site. But still have quite a bit left. And this was like maybe the one card of his that I pulled, and it looked sharp enough, so I sent it in. Only got a 9, so that's probably not worth much. This is kind of cool. Anytime you can get a PSA 10 of Kobe from like any set, pretty much, you're doing all right. This is kind of a wacky, you know, insert card, but you know, PSA 10 Kobe, I'll take it all day long. That's fantastic. You know, when these were sent in at the $12 level, it's like, if a card is worth more than like, I don't know, $3, if you get a PSA 10 of it, you're gonna make your money back. Oh wow, I just saw the card after. Oh, look at that, you can see the card after it. I should hide that a little better. I'm excited about that one, folks. So yeah, this is from my OPG Platinum box that I did on the air, or on this channel, thanks to a suggestion from my wonderful hockey-loving fans who always tell me what to do with hockey stuff, and they said get some OPG Platinum, and I got a box, and I opened it, and it was like fantastic, because, you know, you get a ton of like colored stuff and really cool. This is a parallel, like they have different backgrounds. This is the pond hockey one. I don't know that this is particularly rare or anything, but Elias Peterson is a really good player, and this was a 10, so I'm pretty excited. No idea what this might be worth, but again, a 10 is a 10 is a 10, they say. I'm gonna try to keep that up so you don't get distracted. So this one, I have to say, this is my most anticipated card probably back from this, because I love Luka. I've really, you know, after the playoffs last year and the year before, you know, I've just been really sort of excited to watch him, and, you know, I think he's gotten better and better, and he always does really well in the playoffs, and boy, if, you know, just had one or two missing pieces on his team around him. You know, he, I think, is going to get some rings. But this Net Marvels set, if you don't know, is a really valuable and sought-after set. I pulled this card myself from like the one hobby box of this product that I opened. And I think like when I pulled this initially, it just like went in my big monster box of like, you know, sort of random decent stars from non-baseball cards that I opened. And then only later did I realize that the Net Marvels subset was like really valuable, and I remember getting a couple of them. So I went back and I didn't remember who I got, but after I checked it, one of them was Luca, and I was like, oh man, that looks pretty nice condition-wise. So I'm sure like back in the boom, like the big boom of sports cards that happened, you know, whatever, how long ago that was, 6 months to a year ago, this thing was probably worth like $1,000 in PSA 10. Now I'm sure it's way less, but I'm a Luca fan, so this is awesome. You know, I remembered this card. I remember finding this card in my box. I remember sending it in. I remember thinking, man, I really can't wait to get that back in its holder, and I really hope it's a 10, and it's a 10, so that is super awesome. By the way, I might not do, I'm not going to be able to do all of these cards, so I'm going to break this lot of PSA cards up into like maybe 2 videos. I actually normally wouldn't record a video tonight because I have some obligations, but I don't know, I was so excited to at least get started on this that I am doing a little bit of a video with the time that I have, but I won't be able to do everything, so I'm going to split it up. Apologies for that. Cody White, kind of where are you now? Didn't have much of a season last year, but his rookie year he was pretty hot stuff, and got this nice rookie card of him that is a just a base, not one of the cool parallels you can get out of Revolution, so I thought I'd send that in. So this is one where, you know, it's probably not worth much more than the grading fee of $12. Oh wow, this is a cool one. This comes in a special holder because it's a thick card. This is Topps Inception. All the cards in there are super thick. Well, not super thick, but like way thicker than normal. I forget what like point size is it, probably like 60 point or something. But anyways, boy, I just little baseball news. You know, I've been watching the Yankees in their playoff run here, or run to try to get into the playoffs, and they just finished a series with the Blue Jays, and boy, Bo Bichette was not to be trifled with, man. This guy is intense. He is a gamer, and he is super exciting to watch for Blue Jays fans. You know, as a Yankee fan, playing some must-win games against the Blue Jays, boy, I hated to see him come up because I knew he was going to be a tough out and probably was going to get extra bases, and boy, did he ever. He had some key home runs. He won, you know, basically won the game that they won out of that series, like single-handedly. And in the other games, you know, he had really good games individually. So it's great to have a really good card of him. That's a numbered to 245 auto. Really cool looking card, on card auto, you know, and it's a 10, so really sweet card right there, gotta say. He's one that I think is going to have a really good season next year and probably, you know, for the next several years. So, you know, I wouldn't go buy his stuff just because I don't really like to, I don't know, invest in that many guys. But, you know, if I were to find people that I think are undervalued and are going to have great careers, I think, you know, he's definitely on the short list. Alright, so sticking with Topps Inception, got a nice Jordan Alvarez. He's having a really good solid year, hitting tons of home runs, and the Astros just clinched the AL West, so congrats to them. 50 orange PSA 10, you know, can't go wrong. Love it. Wow, we are getting a lot of 10s in a row here. Next up, we got a really cool Giannis, world champion Giannis Antetokounmpo. Actually, just sold one of my rookie cards of him. I had a Prestige, 2013 Prestige, Panini Prestige rookie card of him that I got graded. I pulled myself and got graded. It was a 10. Got that back quite a while ago. That was in the last order, maybe. No, when did I get that? I don't know. Might have been the last order I did. Might have been one before that. But anyways, I had that, and I ended up selling it just because, I don't know, I felt like I had it too long and was done with it. So cool to have another nice looking Giannis in the collection. I'm sure he'll, you know, have another great year this coming season, which starts up very soon, actually. Purple Wave. I think that's some kind of retail parallel exclusive to like some format like blasters or hangers or something. Alright, next up we have a really sweet card, I think, because I don't have many of this guy. I don't think I have any graded cards of this guy's rookies, but Donovan Mitchell, boom, 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 look at that. That's the original kind of form of mosaic where it was like an offshoot of Prism, and every card was like this kind of refractor. I guess that's a mosaic refractor, they would call it. I think I got like one pack of this in one of those like sort of grab bag pack boxes from blowout cards that they do like during the holidays or like during Black Friday. And I think this was the one kind of good card I got out of that. So that's pretty awesome. You know, it's a pretty rare card. It's not number or anything. It's just a base card. But these this set is pretty, you know, short run and expensive. So you don't see a lot of these. At least I don't. And I'm super psyched to have one of his cards. Here's one of his rookies, graded as a 10. Alright, I'm just going to do this one short stack. This is like the very end of the order, just so you get a sense. And then I got to run due to time limitations. So, there you go, Zion. Just a base Chronicles Prestige card. I think I sent in quite a few Zions in this order. Mostly from Chronicles, because I haven't really opened a ton of other stuff from 2019 that would have had him in it. But unfortunately only got a 9 on that, but can't be too upset. Here's another one from Chronicles. This is an XR. Not a chrome card, but it does have like a sort of refractory finish, rainbow foil finish. That was also a 9. So kind of bummed to get a 10 on one of those, but it's okay. This next couple, I think, is sort of a sad story because Cody Bellinger has had about the worst season imaginable. I think he's been injured for a lot of it, and for what he has not been injured, he has not done much. So, you know, when I sent these in, he had just had a pretty solid year, and no reason not to get your Cody Bellingers in, you know, high grades graded, but oofta, his stuff is like, somebody was on blowout forums, somebody posted a thread, it was like, who's worse, Cody Bellinger or Chris Davis, the guy from the Orioles, who was batting like 120 his last 3 years and basically got paid to retire. I was like, oh my god, is Cody Bellinger doing that bad? Well, probably. So, yeah, more Cody Bellinger. I also have, I think in this order, I have an autographed rookie card of him that I paid like a fair bit for, and I'm sure is gone So it's a Topps Chrome rookie debut. Boy, somebody's dog is going nuts out there. PSA 10, of course. Of course, my Cody Bellingers get 10s. Those sons of... Oh, well, I can't argue too much. It's been a pretty good order, actually pretty stellar order so far. So Reese Hoskins, you know, boy, I don't know what to make of Reese Hoskins. You know, he's a pretty solid player. He's been up now for like 3-4 seasons and generally does pretty good, but I don't think there's a lot of collector interest in him. So, you know, I think at one point I did send a bunch of his base rookie cards in, like 2018 Topps. And that was an order that was like a 50-50 order, so like 50% were gems, 50% were 9s. And, you know, I'm sure that the 10s are like not even worth cost grading at this point, but this was a really nice looking parallel, so I thought I better send it in. It looked pretty sharp too, but apparently not perfect. But PSA 9, so cool for a Phillies fan out there somewhere. This is kind of cool. I'm not sure like what this guy's stuff is worth these days, but he was pretty hot stuff when I sent this in, and for a good amount of time thereafter. I opened a couple of boxes of this stuff, blaster boxes of this stuff, 2018. Don Russ Soccer, which has these optic cards in, like 1 or 2 per pack or something like that. And there's a bunch of good rookies in this product. I think the value of the unopened stuff has gone down quite a bit. I have actually a bunch of unopened of this stuff. I bought, I think they were like boxes of cello packs. So I got a bunch of those. I got nearly a case of those, and they have gone down significantly, I think, in value. But I'm not sure about some of these better rookies out of here. But anyways, that's pretty sweet as a 10. Nice little soccer card for you. Okay, we have 4 cards to go, folks, and then I gotta roll. Darius Garland has had like his moments of brilliance, and you know, for a time his rookies were super hot. I think he's actually still considered to be a pretty solid bet for the future. But what I did before this last order is kind of went through all my basketball cards and looked at any kind of parallel, and this is a silver or a hollow, they would call it. And if I had somebody who was halfway decent at all, and I had a parallel of them, I would send it in. So that's kind of how this got sent in. Super excited. This got a 10. It's off centering wise, top to bottom, but left to right looks really sharp in the center. There's my stomach making an appearance. It's about to be dinner time. I'm chewing on this gum, which always kind of makes my stomach grumble. So apologies for those offended. All right, this next card is kind of a nightmare. Actually, next probably few cards. Yeah, Miguel Andujar. Boy, I loved this guy when he was raking for the Yankees, but golly, he's had some big injury problems, and the Yankees frankly don't have a place to put this guy. I think he's been injured like for most of the year, but he started like, you know, playing on the team, and they thought they'd put him in left field. They thought maybe he'd play some third base while you know, their main guy was out injured, but yeah, he's been sidelined, I think, with injuries for most of the season. And this is actually a really sweet card. These atomic refractors are just super valuable. People really like them in these Bowman best sets. So I'm kind of hoping I'll see maybe some of these of players who, you know, aren't disappeared. But, you know, as a Yankee fan, I'll always take a PSA 10, you know, nice parallel rookie of anybody who's still, you know, in the pinstripes, even if he's nursing injuries off somewhere. So yeah, another Andujar and another really nice 10. That's probably not ever going to be worth anything. You know, I think best case for Andujar is, you know, he's still pretty young. Born in 95. So, you know, he's got some years to play for sure. And if he can get over his injuries and maybe find his defense somewhere, he's got potential to really help a team. Lux stuff is ever going to really be that valuable if he's not on the Yankees doing what he was doing in his rookie year. All right, last card, and then I got to roll, is this is actually the first card in the order. It was at like the top of the list, you know, when I got the grades. And I have no idea how Alec Thomas is doing right now. You know, he's like not a bad prospect from the 2020 Bowman World. And this is an orange parallel number to 25, and it looked good, so sent it in. So, you know, any parallel number to 25 that's a PSA 10 is a win if the guy's halfway decent. So I'll have to see how he's doing. Any of you Diamondbacks fans who know, feel free to comment. But there you have it. There's the first, I don't know what that is, like box and a half maybe, of this order. I've got another 4 full boxes. I don't know how many cards fit in a box. But another 4 full boxes of stuff to go through. And hopefully not a lot of Bellinger and Duhar left. One thing I want to do quickly before I roll is count up the 9s and 10s for the stuff that I've opened or looked at already, which, you know, isn't super useful information because there's so much left to go, but it felt very much like I was getting way more 10s than 9s in what I did look at, and I certainly hope if that's the case for the rest of the, or, you know, that is the case for the rest of the order. May or may not be, you know. But I would guess that this order in total is going to be much more gem heavy than 9s compared to, you know, an order where you only get 25% gems. So here's the stacks. There's the 10s, and there's the 9s. So right now it's over 2-1. Well, maybe it's exactly 2-1 because there's some thick cards in the 10 stack. So that's pretty good. 2-1 gem versus 9 ratio. I mean, that's outstanding, actually fantastic. If that's what applies to the rest of the order, will it apply to the rest of the order? God only knows. You're going to find out soon enough, folks, but I'd like to get this posted here yet this evening. Tonight is Friday, the 1st of October. Happy October, by the way, everybody. So yeah, I will get this rolling, and we'll do the rest. Hopefully, maybe this weekend I'll have some time, but if not, probably Monday, Tuesday, I'll have some time to get through the rest of these cards. All right, well, my stomach says goodbye. Thanks so much for watching.